welcome to today's video. Today's video is one I've been planning for a little while. I'm so excited to finally be uploading. We are doing 4 festive slow cooker meals. These have been some of my favourite ever meals to eat, but also to film. I cannot wait to share them with you. So in this video you're going to see 4 super festive, Christmassy but budget friendly meals that you can make over this festive period. A few of them will be absolutely great to have in the bank ready for those post Christmas days when you've got loads and loads of food in the house and you're not sure about what to do with them. And these recipes are just great to make from now until the end of the Christmas season because they're so festive, they're so gorgeous to eat, they're so luxury, they're great for the budget, they're warming, nutritious and delicious meals, and I just can't wait to show you these meals. As usual, what I do is post the ingredients list at the start of each recipe, and then I make the recipe and you follow along. A lot of these recipes will eventually appear on my website as well, so if there's one you need ASAP or pronto, please do let me know. My house has literally smelt like Christmas all week long. It's been absolutely glorious. The first recipe I'm kicking off is a recipe I actually found on the Readly app. I just want to say a big thank you to Readly for once again sponsoring this part of the video. I've worked with Readly for a while now, but not only that, I am a customer outside of working with them. If you've never heard of Readly, it's an online subscription service which gets you access to thousands of magazines, newspapers, blog posts, but any and every magazine you can think of you will find on Readly. My favourite magazines to read on Readly have got to be the food magazines, the home magazines. If there's any time to download Readly, it's now. Oh my goodness, it is absolutely at its peak in my opinion. I mean, I love it all year round, but when it's got all the festive magazines, we're talking BBC Good Food Christmas, the Sainsbury's Christmas food magazine is unreal this year, we've got air fryer recipe magazines, we've got all of the Christmassy home magazines. Yeah, there's just so much to choose from, it's unbelievable. I literally go on this app every single day and I'm just reading Christmas magazine after Christmas magazine, home inspiration, food inspiration, and then they've also got all of the showbiz magazines which are just brilliant. These magazines super duper expensive if you bought paper copy. Also, it's very good to like buy and consume less, so the fact that I have it on my iPad, it's just brilliant. So Readly, as always, have given you guys an amazing discount. So you get to, using my link below, you will get 2 months free, cancel any time. So there's no commitment to this, but you can try it out for 2 months. So let me know what you think. As I said, if there's any time to download the Readly app, it's now during the Christmas period. So one of the slow cooker recipes I actually found while perusing the Christmassy food magazines, and I thought, do you know what, I need to make that. It sounds amazing. Let me tell you, the most festive recipe, other than like the bog standard Christmas dinner, the most festive recipe I have ever made, and I'm now going to make it a tradition. I make it every single year, and probably throughout November or December I have to make it every single year. It's absolutely stunning, so I can't wait to show you that in today's video. That's going to be recipe number 1 that you're going to see, and you definitely want your notepads out for that one. So yeah, if you did want to use Readly, make sure you use my link down below to get your 2 months free access. Cancel anytime. Enjoy today's video of slow cooker festive meals. Let me know what you do make. I love it when I get to see all the photos of your meals that you've made. Makes me very happy. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up, and let's go. So this is the first slow cooker meal of today's festive video. This is slow cooker cinnamon and orange shredded beef. So as I said, I found this on the Readly app, and wow, it is so different, so delicious, unbelievably festive. I could not believe how festive this was, and it made my house smell spectacular. If you're looking to make something a little bit different this festive period, I really recommend this. So first of all, start off with cutting your oranges up. I did place them in the slow cooker at first, but then I remembered you needed to squeeze them and then place them in. So I did give them a really big squeeze as well to get all the juice out in the slow cooker. Chop up your onions and your garlic. So what I did with the garlic was chop half of the garlic and put that on the base of the slow cooker, so the beef would be sitting on top. And then I chopped the other half of the garlic and put that on top of the beef, so it was just it had garlic all around it. You can't have it too much garlic. So although I've pretty much followed the recipe to a T, I did adapt some things for ingredients that I had in the house or didn't have in the house, and yeah, but it was easy to make adaptations. So the next thing I did was season the beef with just a little bit of salt and black pepper, and then I put the dry rubs on, so the dried cumin powder and the dried cinnamon powder. Yeah, it was already smelling incredible in my house by this point. Rub that all into the beef. Obviously it's going to be in the slow cooker, so all of the flavours will be combined once the liquids go in. But I found letting it sit there for about 20 minutes just rubbed in the beef probably did help. I added my soy sauce into the slow cooker. This recipe really was great because it really was a dump and go recipe. You could literally just put everything in the slow cooker. There was no pre-frying, and let it cook. Now, a really good tip that the recipe taught me was add a majority of the sweet ingredients about 2 to 3 hours before serving. Now what I notice when I'm cooking something in the slow cooker, and if it has sweet ingredients, the whole thing cooks really quickly and the water evaporates quite quickly. So with this I added cranberry sauce, but I added it about 2 hours before serving, and I found that worked really, really well. So yep, getting everything in the slow cooker, everything apart from the cranberry sauce I put into the slow cooker. The recipe calls for adding dried cranberries and sugar, but I just went for cranberry sauce and it worked perfectly. So we served our dinner with rice. It did say you can serve it over jacket potato or with some mash. I actually found it worked really well with the rice because it just felt a little bit, I don't know, maybe Middle Eastern to me rather than something with mash. So yeah, it worked really, really well with the rice. I've left my how to cook rice in a microwave recipe down below for you. But yeah, here it is. It was, oh my gosh, it was so orangey and delicious and Christmassy and festive. It really was worth the time and effort. It really was an incredible festive recipe and I highly recommend you make it. So the next recipe I'm making is slow cooker honey gammon pie filling. So this one would be perfect for a Boxing Day. If you make gammon on Christmas Day and you've got loads and loads left over, you can use your gammon to make this gorgeous festive pie. And it's super duper easy. So the first thing you want to do is cut up your veg. So this is great for using up leftover veg from your Christmas dinner as well. Obviously I haven't had my Christmas dinner yet, so I'm just using whatever veg I found in the fridge, but celery, parsnips, carrots work really, really well. If you have those veggies left over from your roast dinner the day before or Christmas Day, then what I would do is just keep them aside and shove them straight in the slow cooker because you obviously won't need to do any preparing. Leeks are a big part of this recipe. I believe leeks in a gammon pie is absolutely necessary. So I'm getting my veggies ready. I peel the outer parts of the leeks and then I give them a thorough wash because there's often mud in between the layers. So give them a really thorough wash. And then I get slicing. Once all the veggies are sliced, I'm going to throw them into this pot, this cast iron pot, and just fry them all together for a while in butter. I do think pre-frying them is important with this recipe, only because you need to soften them a little bit, but also add plain flour into the recipe, and frying and adding the plain flour then is much better than just dumping plain flour into a slow cooker. So get all of your veggies and pop them into the pot. And I'm going to start frying them with butter. And now with the ham, I'm going to cut some ham up. If you want to make this like a lots and lots of pie filling that will feed around 6 people at least, you need around 2 kilograms of the ham. So this ham is really, really salty. So I didn't add any salt to this because I was also adding stock. If you're using gammon from Christmas dinner, you've probably already put it in some sort of glaze and seasoning, so you really might not need to add anything. I'm adding honey today and I'm adding mustard, but you may have already cooked your gammon in honey and mustard and things like that, so it's up to you. If you haven't cooked it in honey, I would add some honey. If you already have, or Coca-Cola or something like that, then you don't really need to add anything. You really can just chuck the ham into the pan. I'm adding my mushrooms now. I have added a big dollop of butter in there to fry the veggies, and the butter will act as a very good agent of soaking up the plain flour when that goes in. So once they've softened for a while, I add in my ham chunks, let that fry together for a little bit, and then I'm going to add in around 2 tablespoons of plain flour. As you can see, all the plain flour is soaked into the frying food, and this is exactly what you want. You want the plain flour to essentially just be completely gone, and the veggies and the ham will go a little bit clammy looking. So transfer it now to the slow cooker. It's up to you how long you want to do it for. I did this on low for about 6 to 8 hours. If you do it on high, do it for 4. But because it's got the honey in there, just check that the it's not burning. So transfer it all to the slow cooker along with the stock. Now if you have lots and lots of water residue or gravy in there at the end, never fear, you can make gravy with that. So don't worry about how much liquid is in there at the end, because you're going to take the pie filling out separately. So I add in my honey and I add in my stock. Give that a mix around so everything's coated, and there we go. I'm just going to leave it on low for a few hours. This really didn't need much fiddling with at all. So about an hour before I wanted to put the pie in the oven, I took out the pie filling from the slow cooker, because you want that to really cool down quite a lot before you add the pastry on top, otherwise the pastry will sink. So take out the pie filling. So at first I used a ladle to do this and collected some of the liquid along with the pie filling. I can't tell you how soft this ham was. It was just melting. It was so soft and sweet and salty. It was really, really good. All of the ingredients into the pie dish. Once you think there's enough liquid in there, you want to grab one of the straining ladles, so ladles that won't take the liquid with it, and leave the rest of the liquid in the slow cooker. Pies, it smelled amazing at this point. It smelled so festive. It was so good. So once all the pie mixture is in the pie dish, you want to go in and add your cream. I'm adding double cream. It's about 1/3 of this size pot of double cream. You can add creme fraiche as well. I think creme fraiche would actually be better, but all I had was double cream in the cupboard, so I added double cream. So mix that into your pie filling. What's good is the cream will help it really cool down as well quickly. And then I personally add a whole load of black pepper. I like pies to be quite peppery, so next thing I'm going to do is roll out my pastry. Now just a tip of the pastry, keep that as cold as possible before putting it in the oven. I did get it out a little bit prematurely because I still hadn't transferred my gravy into the jug, which is what I'm doing now. However, it was absolutely fine. But yeah, so what I'm doing is taking the liquid from the slow cooker, putting it in a jug, and then I'm going to add some gravy granules into that. But yeah, place the pastry over the top of your pie and just have a bit of fun with it. All the cut-offs, make something Christmassy and festive looking for the top of your pie, especially if you're serving this to guests. It's so easy. I mean, I just cut a few triangles, made a tree and a star on top, and it's just so easy, but it really does look nice and it feels festive. And yeah, it's like one of those things that if you had people around, they would be really impressed with it. But actually it's not as hard as it seems at all. So I give the pie an egg wash. I just mainly focus on the pastry around the decoration, just so they'll be sort of different colours when they come out. And there we go. We're going to cook that in the oven for about 30 minutes on 180. And yeah, it was absolutely stunning. I served mine with Brussels sprouts, of course, and homemade chunky chips. And here we go, it's been in the oven, it's crisped up. Oh, it's just stunning. It just smelled amazing at this point. The pastry was cooked really well. I always get slightly sad when I have to cut into a freshly made pie. I don't know why, I'm just like, it will never look this good again. However, now we get to eat it. It was really, really good. It was so filling. There was so much filling in there. So many veggies, so much of the gammon. So this would have easily fed 6 people. It was so good. And just such a great way of using up leftover veg. If you have leftover sprouts from the day before, this would have gone really, really well in the pie filling. It would have been great. And yeah, any leftover veg from Christmas Day would be great in this. Okay, the next recipe is leftover Christmas veg curry. So you can essentially choose what veggies go into this. The only veggies that don't work very well tend to be the green ones. So broccoli doesn't work well and peas don't work well on long slow cooking. But everything else, so your potatoes, your parsnips, your carrots, your butternut squash, loads of other things work really, really well with this curry. So you can put your leftover turkey into this curry as well. You can leave out the lentils and just do the turkey, or you can just do it as I'm doing it today, which is a lentil and leftover veg curry. So get your veggies ready. No doubt if this is your leftover veg from Christmas, then you've probably already got lots of veggies, maybe roasted onions, you've got your parsnips, carrots, but otherwise get them all ready and cut them all up. You are going to pre-fry them just for a little bit. So I'm using lentils, red split pea lentils with this. One thing you need to do with red split lentils is thoroughly wash them. So measure it out. I do about a cupful. I measure it out and I thoroughly wash them until the water starts running clear. Okay, here's my veg. So I'm going to pre-fry that just for a little bit, just to soften it up, mainly for the carrots and parsnip to soften up. I add lots and lots of grated fresh ginger into the frying veggies as well, and also lots of crushed garlic. And so this is a bit of an immune booster curry as well. I like to think this is one of those curries where you just feel so good about it because you're using up leftover food rather than throwing it out. You're adding lots of immune boosting ingredients in. Yeah, I just feel really good when I make this curry, and it makes so much. So here's all the softened veg. Honestly, I struggle so much with cast iron pans. I love them, they cook things amazingly, but being able to carry them, it's so difficult. I feel like my wrist is breaking. Anyway, I've really thoroughly washed my lentils and I'm just shoving them in the slow cooker along with the fried veggies. I'm also going to add a bit of smoked paprika, just give it that smoky flavour. Now, if you're adding turkey, you can just literally add turkey cold. You don't need to pre-fry it, just add it into the slow cooker cold because it's probably already cooked from your Christmas dinner. But yeah, so add in your curry powder. I always add in about 3 tablespoons. I add lots in actually. Now it's up to you. You can just leave it on low for quite a few hours until it's really thickened up. As you can see here, it's really thickened up. I did add in spinach as well about an hour before showing you this clip. So I've got loads and loads of spinach in the freezer. I just add a handful in, or more than that. It's up to you. If you want to, an hour before serving, add in a tin of coconut cream, ethical coconut cream, then do that. It works really, really well with this, whether you have turkey or not, or you can add double cream or creme fraiche. But otherwise, I just left it at this. I feel like the stock gave it loads of flavour and liquid, and the veggies were delicious. I just left it as it was. So guys, I really hope you enjoyed today's slow cooker festive meals. If you need any clarification on recipes, do let me know because I'm going to be adding them to my website. I hope you're all really, really well and enjoying the festive period. Let me know which of these you are going to be making, and I'll see you again really, really soon. Bye!